I did nothing IT related before. If your environment is toxic, wear a hazmat suit.
You work a lot.
Yes, I work a lot. Just say yes, and after this, I start thinking how you will do it. I don't have leisure anymore. I'm a part of the team, a part of the ship. We provide internal tools for internal tools for internal tools. We as DevOps engineers, we don't code. It looks like I have found my place.
Today I have a special guest, Pavel, and we are in London. Pavel is from a very small town in Russia, but now he lives in one of the most expensive cities in the world, I guess, London. So how did you end up being here?
Let me start from a slightly farther galaxy. I entered the Linguistic University of Nizhny Novgorod to become an interpreter and translator. In 5 years, I started to work as an interpreter and moved to Moscow. As an interpreter, I had quite a long and profound career in technical interpretation, dealing with some technical documents related to engineering, chemistry, IT, and so on and so forth. But in 5 years, it started to grow quite boring for me because it's just a repetitive action which doesn't bring much in experience. So I decided to switch my career in 2020 to become someone in IT.
How did you start it all?
I started from the courses, but due to the fact that I didn't have much money and motivation to do so, I started to look for other variants. That time, my wife offered to move to Paris and start learning at School 42 in the Parisian campus. But it was not a really good option for me because I have nothing to do with French. I speak only German. It's my first foreign language, and English.
Say something to German people who watch this video.
Ja, das war nicht sehr toll, eigentlich. So, and that is why I decided to look for something similar in Russia. And after some Googling, I found Anna's blog. So started to watch it, gathering information on how to study at School 42. It really motivated me, and I really liked the piscine system and everything related to it, the peer-to-peer and so on and so forth.
How did you like it when you just followed the process? I mean, just you liked it when you learned about it, but how did you feel it by getting this experience?
Yeah.
In real life.
I'm a big fan of discipline, and I like to live according to some plans. But all my plans were smashed when I visited the first day of piscine, because I just realized that you have to grab everything you obtain, and in order to be successful, you just have to, in fact, live in the school. Just
24/7.
Yes, 24/7. That was really tough, but still, I just bore in mind that it would last only 1 month. That is why when you know that there will be an end, it's much better.
Even though you did know what to expect, because I kind of shared a little bit how tough
Yes,
it would be, but
I knew what to expect, but I didn't understand it in full because I did nothing IT related before, just except Python, for instance, and reinstalling Windows sometimes. That is why it was even tougher. And still, I think the good option for me there was the peer-to-peer system, because when you have about 200 guys that do the same and that act like you, it motivates to grow, to go further. Even if you have red days, that means you didn't do any task successfully, it still doesn't prevent you from entering, because the overall system is kept secret. Nobody knows how actually you will be picked up after the PC. So that is why it also motivated me, because I just knew that still, even though even though I don't succeed, I still have a chance.
Yeah, everybody has a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you successfully passed the BC, so you entered the school. Did it meet your expectations? How the studies would be? How much did you study? Like, was it again 24/7, or you had your time to plan everything and to follow it up? How much time did you study? I mean, everybody asks me this question. It's like, do you have to study 8 hours per day or less? Can I combine it with my full-time job? Whatever. How was it for you?
Overall, all my previous experience was related to the university, to the plans and to everything,
like schedule.
to the academic tier of education. That is why it was completely new for me, what I had in school 21. When I was picked up as a student, firstly I was a bit scared because I remembered about all the proceedings on PC. I had an opinion that it's not for me if it goes in the same way.
Yeah, like studying 24/7 in the
Yes.
long term for like a year or two is not like the best what you can imagine. Right?
Yes, yeah, that's it. But I just adopted my schedule, and it also worth saying that after PC, I found my first IT-related job as a technical writer in one of the Moscow enterprises, and I had to combine my new job, my completely new role as a technical writer, and my new education.
But what was your motivation finding a job, like to finance your studies and still have like a stable income, or you just wanted to enter the field right now to understand if you like it or not? Why did you do it?
Actually, I could proceed as an interpreter and translator, but I just said to myself that once you are at 21, you have to find something related, because your education and your job should be interrelated somehow, just to foster both processes.
Didn't you consider the option just not to work but concentrate on studies full time?
I didn't consider because I don't want my wife to finance everything.
Okay.
So just because it was
strong man.
Yeah, it was possible, but it was not for me. So just because I like to work and I like to study. Overall, I like to gather new information. So
how do you combine this rhythm of like work and study permanently, like you did?
I just took for granted, took for the fact that I don't have leisure anymore at all, and actually my study became my leisure.
I like this idea that if you think of your studies as having fun, that it's not like tough work anymore.
Yes, sure. And when I started to think like this, it was actually it was greater than just to take everything for labor.
But as for now, like I know about a little bit of your career path, so now you're a DevOps engineer. So how did you end up being there, from technical writer, like from interpreter to technical writer to DevOps engineer? And what is DevOps engineer in your case?
A bit farther galaxy. Let's start from what the DevOps engineering is. Actually, DevOps engineering, an official term. I googled it before, so yeah, I know now. Now I know what I am. So, DevOps engineering is the set of procedures that provide timely delivery of source code to the end user. That is why we as DevOps engineers, we don't code, we just make this code useful for all the actors, like QA engineers for debugging, for products, and also for end users across different environments. So, but that's only the official field of activity, because all the companies, they have different opinion what DevOps engineer should do. And usually, as a rule, DevOps engineers are former system administrators or Linux administrators, cloud engineers, cloud solution architects, and so on and so forth. This domain is just pumped with people from different domains, but still the majority of them are related to networking somehow. That's why traditionally DevOps engineering is divided into two parts. First one is CI/CD. That's what I said, continuous integration and continuous delivery. That means that DevOps engineer is a person who provides timely and fail-proof delivery of code across different environments. But environment is not just a word. It's a piece of company infrastructure, like bare metal server infrastructure or cloud infrastructure. And here, the second domain of DevOps comes into question. That means DevOps engineer should be good in administration to manage different instances, different servers, to make inter-network connectivity, to provide stability of machines, stability of code executed there, and the overall security of all this stuff.
For me, it's like, I imagine this job as a person who knows the architecture and who has like the whole vision of the old processes, like how it's linked and connected, and if this component doesn't work, why? The DevOps engineer should explain why and fix it.
Yeah, that's it. But application architecture and infrastructure architecture are just different domains. They interrelate. So just because you have to deploy something somewhere, so that is why these two domains are interrelated. But still, you have to know where you can find this or that, this component of software, and how it's rooted, who has access to it, and also unit tests and other types of QA works come into question, because when everything is run on servers automatically in cloud, it's just it's a different method. That is why you should deliver not only the code itself, you should deliver the tests to check the software. That is why the DevOps engineer has to provide different environments for it. Probably everyone knows that many companies have something like test environment or QA, stage environment, and prod environment. So that's it. That comes into question in terms of DevOps engineering. So in the QA environment we test, in the stage environment we look how it all works, and if everything is good.
Yeah,
just
like pre-production.
Prod ready. Yes, and on the prod is the place where the end users actually have an opportunity to interact with your application. So that's probably the shortest explanation possible.
Which has already taken like 5 minutes or so.
So
and
that's it.
Do you how do you like it? I mean, is it interesting for you? Obviously it is interesting because you work there, but if you compare it with software engineering, what would you choose? Because you have touched software engineering in your studies. If you compare, would you love to stay as a DevOps engineer and develop your skills in this career track, or maybe switch to data engineering or software development, web development, whatever?
Software engineering and DevOps engineering are not completely different domains. In fact, many people can say, and I probably said so, that DevOps engineers don't code. But it's actually, it is not true. Because we also code, but we provide internal tools for internal tools for internal tools.
Yeah, I think the way of thinking, just the problem solving, it remains the same, so it's kind of...
Yes, just our actions are not customer related. That's it. They are related to the teams. As for
but without you, the customer wouldn't see anything that software engineers deliver. So.
And moreover, just like a joke, that in some companies, when something doesn't work on the software level, people first address to DevOps engineers. If everything is correct with the infrastructure, with the machine, if your instance is up, and only after this they proceed to the code itself. So as for my career plans and all this stuff, I actually would like to stay in the DevOps engineering domain because it really drives me. I know that as a software engineer, I also would have an opportunity to master new things, to learn much, but looks like I have found my place. Just because it drives me, and I like networks, networking infrastructure, cloud engineering, so and all other words related to this. So that is why I think it's a better choice for me.
And you're also like never stop studying. I know that you not applied for, you've already started your studies, like master degree in London.
Yes. So I think we are returning to our galaxy. So actually, yes, I started to study here at the University of London at its Birkbeck campus as a master in computer science. I started 6 months ago, and so to cut the story short, due to the fact that I am an interpreter and translator, I didn't have a chance to pick up more related programs that could be interesting for me. That is why I picked up a conversion course at the university, which would allow me finally to become to become a computer science specialist.
Mm-hmm. Is it more like psychological thing that you need to like in order to have the right to say I'm a like computer science specialist, that I am a software whatever DevOps or engineer, that I'm like an engineer, I should have this diploma, this degree, this like paper stuff or like digital copy of that? Or it's more that you think of the future that with the diploma you would have much more opportunities?
Yeah, first of all, more chances to find better job, to find better role, to prosper. But actually, it's not fully true for me because I just like learning new things. And first of all, when I just moved to London, I started to seek for an opportunity to proceed my studies at 42 in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow I got rejected twice when I applied for the French visa. That is why I decided to quit. And I just got accustomed to this modus operandi to learn and work in the same time. That is why I decided to look for a substitute. And the University of London was a great option for me. Mm-hmm. So because my program is fully online, and I have a great opportunity just to pick new things anytime I want.
That's great. And like, how is your work-life balance?
So in terms of work-life balance, I already said I got accustomed to this manner of work when I just work 8 hours per day in the office or from home, and actually dedicate my evenings to learning, to studies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a problem for me. And just due to the fact that the program is online, I can have a break, for instance, and to have a rest from everything.
Okay, and like, do you find any differences in your like when you work from here in London compared to the like your working day in Russia? Because it's the same company, right? So you basically you just moved to another location, but you have sort of same colleagues, same responsibilities, same company. But did it change like the working culture or not at all?
For me, basically nothing changed.
Mm-hmm.
But probably just because I like to work.
Okay.
So
you work a lot.
Yes, I work a lot. I just I dive deep at 9 and just get back at 6. So that's it. So nothing changed for me. From my perspective, that are the same tasks, so the same responsibilities. That's it. Just another place.
Okay, and like also I think for people who come from different countries and they want to relocate. So I think it's a good point to mention this. Were all of you guys relocated thanks to your company, or did you have the choice, or like best people only were picked up and relocated?
So in our case, it was a team.
Mm-hmm.
So we were not relocated as persons, we were relocated as a team. So that is why I'm a part of the team, a part of the ship.
Okay.
So, and also worth mentioning that I was relocated as a product associate. So because when I worked for my company in Moscow, I was promoted from technical writer to product associate. But actually, in the end of the day, I decided to combine my studies and my work even more, because the product domain just have limited things in common with the things we learned at 21 or 22. That is why I started to look for an apprenticeship inside my company, and so my leadership agreed. I passed the apprenticeship and already arrived to London as a DevOps engineer on a probation period.
Were you scared that you wouldn't pass the probation period?
Not at all, because if I don't pass, it's just my fate. So I just realized that I already invest much in this expertise. That is why I just have to demonstrate what I have already learned. And after this, I will have a chance to just to gather new information even more. So that's it.
And like advice, how do you like move within the company? So you started as a technical writer and right now you're a DevOps engineer. So it's it's completely different jobs. Like your responsibilities are way different. How do you prove the leadership that you are able to take these new responsibilities?
First of all, it was like an appeal from me. Give me the task. So I obtained the first task, and pretty much time to perform it. So and after this, actually, the guys who took the decision, they realized that I really can do something in this domain. So they can use my expertise, actually, during the apprenticeship, I just started to obtain even harder tasks that are more profound, that just utilize more tools and more approaches.
And how do your colleagues treated you the way? Like, did they try to he's like crazy and didn't help you at all, or on the contrary, they were kind of supportive?
Actually, all our guys are really supportive. But I think under the hood, I think I'm crazy. So just because my friends from the company, they always said that probably it's too boring for me to leave, just to live my life, my best life, and I always take and look for new opportunities.
For me, it would be hard, to say yes, I can do it. Like, how do you? And even to convince other people that you have these skills, how not to lose yourself in this imposter syndrome that I want to, I don't know anything. How do you deal with that? Or you don't have these problems at all because you're crazy?
Actually, I have a pill. I have a solution. Just say yes, and after this, I start thinking how you will do it.
Okay.
So, actually, it's my own problem that I always tend to say that I really can do it, and after this I just say, actually, what have I just picked up? But in the end of the day, I just invest time and trouble, I would say, into learning how to do it. I ask questions, and I always reserve my right to ask dumb questions. So, and all my colleagues knew this. So I think it's the only success key in my case.
That's great. I like the idea to have the right to ask dumb questions, and that is great. That I think that's why I ask this question, because I feel like if you show that your motivation, like kind of everyone you are in a supportive environment by default. If not, I think you should just run away from this company where you work if you are not supported.
So yes, a supportive environment and supportive colleagues play a significant role in this.
Yeah.
But actually, during my career, I started to think that it actually is not significant for me.
So even if your colleagues didn't support you, you would still push harder to say to everyone, I am able to do this.
Yes.
You have a good will.
If your environment is toxic, wear a hazmat suit.
Okay. Well, for me it would be hard, I think. So actually, you moved from one country to another. So how do you see your life here? Do you regret moving to London, or you're grateful for this opportunity? And how is your socializing going on and life in general here?
I like to obtain new information, and this information can be obtained from every sources, not like study materials, but also like feelings, experience not related to work, and so on and so forth. That is why I was really excited to move to London, and it was I took it as just a new adventure. So that is why. Yes, I'm really grateful for this opportunity, first of all. Yes, probably sometimes I regret because, yes, English is not my native language. And like every stranger, I have quite many problems with this. Sometimes I think that at the university I just learned wrong English because I just don't understand what people are going to tell.
But you learn it now, so it's actually the good thing that you keep learning.
Yes, sure, and I think it's just a good point to start anew, because I always recommend to my friends who are bored on their workplaces just to try to start something new. And in my case, it was a complete new start, not only new domain, new studies, but also a new country.
And have you found friends here, people who you keep
in touch with?
Yeah.
Yes, sure. First of all,
and did you have culture shocks as well?
Quite many. Quite many cultural shocks, and I still have them. Actually, first of them was fish and chips. So, because I like fish, but not in this style.
Okay, so you thought that the dish fish and chips would be something different?
Actually, yes.
The general.
I think the British guy for watching will kill me just, but okay. Yes, as usual, when you move to a new country, you have cultural shocks. But due to the fact that I also traveled a lot, I studied not only in Nizhny Novgorod Linguistics University, I also had an exchange year in Austria. So I already knew what I would face when I moved to London. So that it will be completely new country, completely new laws, new people. So we just don't know language. I was ready that I should reduce my expectations below zero with my language. So, but still, it was quite swift, thanks to my company, my colleagues, and my wife. So just because we always have people to talk to. So we, I think, do a pretty good networking here, and I have quite many friends also relocated as me from Russia and from other countries still which are Russian speaking, and also quite many good friends here which are native or located from other countries.
And what are your plans? Like, are you planning to stay in DevOps sphere? Are you planning to switch the career? What about the company?
Probably I plan to stay here in my company because I like it. I like my guys. And
do you imagine yourself working like for 10 years more if it exists, or 10 years is too much?
Why not?
Okay, if you okay.
Depends on the climate. Yes. As for the domain, I think I will stay in the DevOps engineering and will just be changing as the domain itself. So just because I like it and I like the opportunity this domain offers, just to learn new things, to learn new tools, master everything. I already said I think I just found my place.
And what about people who are searching for their place in this job, who have just picked up the software engineering career path or are thinking about choosing this path? What would you recommend for these people watching us?
So I think it's already quite common what I'm going to tell, but you just have to work harder. So still you have to estimate yourself in a proper way, not overestimate, but also not underestimate, because underestimation is also a problem for many IT guys. That is why correct estimation is the key. And when you just do this, you will find where you can work, and here you have to work harder. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much for this interview.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If you have any questions for Pavel, please leave them in the comments and we'll tend to answer. He will answer, I will try to answer.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And we will probably film another interview based on these questions you ask. So thank you again and see you in other videos. Bye!